I'm Christopher DeAngelo. I go by Chris. I'm one of the partners here at Levinson Axelrod. I've been here a little over 6 years. My prior firm, I also did personal injury, so my entire career, this is what I've been doing. Personal injury, dog bites, auto accidents, fall downs. So my father was a lawyer. He didn't practice for very long. He only practiced about 4 or 5 years before he went into government, but it was always in the back of his mind that he thought I'd be a good lawyer. I always loved negotiating when I was little, particularly my bedtime. And it was one of those things. I knew that I liked getting up in front of people. I liked talking to people. I liked helping people. And a lawyer was one of those ways that I could do that, particularly becoming a trial lawyer. And that was what I always wanted to do. Born and raised here in New Jersey, grew up in Trenton, went to Haverford College in Haverford, Pennsylvania, got my Bachelor of Arts in history there. Then I right from college, went to Seton Hall Law. Again, came back to New Jersey, my roots, because I knew I wanted to practice here in New Jersey. Went to a New Jersey law school, spent 3 years there, got my law degree, sat for the New Jersey and New York bar exams, passed both on the first try, been licensed in New Jersey since 2011, New York since 2012, and I'm also licensed in the District of Columbia. I chose personal injury because I knew I wanted to be a trial lawyer. And it's gotten to the point with, even among litigation attorneys, there aren't many attorneys that try cases anymore. It really comes down to, do you do criminal work? Do you do personal injury? Very few other attorneys try cases regularly. And I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I really didn't want to do criminal work. I interned in a prosecutor's office. I enjoyed it, but I knew it wasn't for me. So I chose personal injury because that was going to get me into the courtroom. And it was one of those things that, unlike in criminal work, where you're either the prosecution or defense, yes, you're helping people, you're defending their constitutional rights, but I wanted to help the victims. I wanted to help the people whose lives were changed as a result of their injuries that weren't their fault. Now, money doesn't fix everything. And if I can do something to help these people, even if it means, going to trial as opposed to settling the case, we win more often than not, and we help the people that are injured. And that's why I chose personal injury. I think my effectiveness is I'm not afraid to go to court. And that's true for every attorney that works here. The point of working at Levinson Axelrod, because if we don't have that, there's nothing that separates us from the other 92,000 or however many other attorneys there are in the state of New Jersey. What I always have is in my back pocket, particularly with attorneys I've dealt with over the years, that they know that if they're lowballing us or they're not coming up with what is right and proper for my client, I'm not afraid to go to trial. If I don't get fair value, I will try the case. And there's always the chance that they could have settled the case for a lot less than what a jury is ultimately going to award. And I think that's what makes me so effective. So every case, regardless of what my authority is for my client, I always try to get top dollar. And I explain this to my clients that, okay, yes, just because we got to this number doesn't mean there's not more there. So I push and I push and I push until I get to the point where I know there's not any more. But my goal is even more than that. And my goal is to fight for my clients. I want my client to know that I fought for them and that I did everything that I possibly could for them. That's the feeling that I get, that if my client is satisfied that I fought for them and they know that I fought for them, regardless of the outcome, that's what I'm looking for.